Welcome back, guys, to another episode of WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2008 General Manager Mode. I'm Brendan, and we're coming off Judgment Day, which was a great show, great pay-per-view for our GM mode. We did really well, so here's a quick recap of what happens. We had a 4-star rated match for the Cruiserweight Championship matchup. CM Punk and Marcus Corvon also came in with a pretty good matchup. Our tag team match did well, 4 stars for the United States Championship match, and the main event was kick-ass, 5-star rated, so really good show. For where we're at right now, I think that's a really good result. I think we're getting a 5-star rated match currently where we're sitting is a very good result. You know, it's something that I've wanted, something big that I wanted from the pay-per-view. I know I wasn't expecting a 5-star rated pay-per-view, but I was expecting something pretty big, something that we could work towards in the future. So I'm thinking about doing some more trades. Now I want to kind of bring in a few more new guys, bring in some guys to kind of spice the show up a little bit. Now that we have certainly used most of our guys in at least a feud, I'm looking as though I'm going to try and bring in a few more top guys that we can use to kind of spice the show up, and we need a few more main event guys. I think we're kind of lacking there, so I'm trying to bring in someone big in that regard. So we're going to work up Snitsky, and we're going to get rid of him because we've got no use for him now. So it is time to get rid of him, and we'll trade him out for someone pretty awesome, and I think we're going to look at getting in Batista. So Snitsky, he's currently an 80 popularity, Batista's 78, so that trade will work, hopefully. I think the coachman has to accept. Yes, he does accept. So now we have Batista on our roster. Now that is awesome. So we're going to stick him in a feud straight away. We're going to throw him up the top. Let's get him in a feud with Cena. Let's get him into something big. Let's make Batista compete against Cena for the title. I mean, Batista's awesome. We all love Batista, right? So let's get him straight in there. Feud up with Cena. And let's do something big with him. So let's work him up a little bit. We need a few more trophy dates to kind of get him up to where Cena's popularity is. I think we should be able to do that this week, though. I think we should be able to hit him into the 90s. Well, there's a bigger success, so that'll help as well. So while we're doing this, you know, guys, just good feedback from the Judgment Day PPV. You guys enjoyed it. Really happy with this series, of course, and I'm happy that you guys are enjoying it and giving me a lot of feedback and lots of suggestions and ideas on where I can go with the series. So that's always nice to see, and I really appreciate that. So Batista now at an 86 popularity, so in the coming weeks we can try build him up. We might try build him up to around the 95, maybe 100 area. I don't know. I don't really like to have all the guys on 100 popularity, because to me it feels as though, well, there's nothing else we can do with them. I think that we can't work them up any higher. We can't really, you know, they're not really going to change that much. They might change 1 or 2. They might go down to 98 if they lose a few matches. But there's really nothing that happens with them. So it becomes really boring with those guys. That's what I hate when GM mode, you hit around that Survivor Series time where everyone's around about the 95 to 100 popularity on your roster. Just about everyone's there if you want them to be. You know, sometimes, me in particular, I don't like to have everyone there. I like to still have my kind of separation between my main event guys and the mid-card guys, because some guys that you don't really want competing for the World Heavyweight Championship become a contender for that because their popularity gets that high, and then they outrank a guy that you actually want to insert into the World Championship scene. So that really gets frustrating. And as you can see here, I'm setting a couple of feuds. So I've got Batista and Cena. That's a lock. And another one that I want to do is Undertaker versus CM Punk. Now, CM Punk is probably not ready to take on The Undertaker yet, but I think he's the next best guy that we have to feud with The Undertaker. Since The Undertaker is now out of the championship feud, we need something for him to do, and basically, there really is nothing for him to do because, you know, he can't beat Cena, so he's going to have to kind of step back a fraction and take on a guy like CM Punk, who arguably shouldn't be in line for the World Championship because he did lose to Marcus Corvon in that feud, but he still certainly should be up at the top area there. So our main event is going to be Cena versus Batista. Batista's first, a little bit of action on our Smackdown show, and it's good to see our cash is actually getting somewhere. I mean, every time I play GMO, my cash is really thin. But I've kind of been practicing my GM mode skills. I've been playing it on another account and finding ways how to get better at GM mode before I, go ahead and rush too far ahead on this series, which is what I've been trying to refrain and stop myself from doing. I'm really enjoying GM mode, but I'm learning a lot of ways and tricks how to get better at GM mode, and it's kind of working for me over there. So hopefully I can transfer that over to this GM mode and make it even better. And we're looking good, I think, so far. I mean, the ratings, of course, is never going to be that good because of the fact that no matter what you do, I think the other shows just get an upper hand on you anyways. It's ridiculous like that, I know, but it kind of just is what happens. So, but what we're going to do here in this episode is something that you can see here, something big. Now, I've decided we need to find out how we're going to find a contender for the United States Championship. So this week, we're going to do a United States Championship tournament. So as you saw the first match there, Brendan and Kane are the first competitors, and Marcus Corvon and Jeff Hardy are the other two. Now, the other two matches will be in the next episode. So we're going to have the first two matches this week. And this is going to be this is going to be awesome because of the fact that, you know, we have a different dynamic, different element to add into the mid-card United States Championship scene, rather than, you know, your basic one-on-one, just start a feud for 8 weeks kind of thing. We get to find out who deserves to be at that spot. So we're going to have an 8-man series, or a tournament, I guess you can say. So the winner out of Brendan and Kane will go on to take on the winner out of Jeff Hardy and Marcus Corvon. Those guys will compete, and the winner out of those matches will go on into the final. And then the other pool of guys, it's the same setup, but different guys. And so the winner out of those matches will go ahead and then eventually take on the winner out of the first pool. So you guys know what I mean. It's kind of like a King of the Ring style tournament, but instead the winner takes on the so the winner goes on to take on the United States champion, is what I'm trying to say. And as you can see that, I decided, look, I think so you see Brendan and Kane, good matchup there. So Kane's already had a chance, so it decided we need to kind of bump that match up a little bit because of Brendan's low popularity. So we put that as a hardcore match, which is his match specialty. And of course, you know, Kane has had his chances at the US title. So I figured, well, rather than take him completely out of the United States Championship scene, we'll still give him an opportunity. As we see on the screen here, I'm going to play the Batista and Cena match, and I'm not even going to be playing as Batista by the looks, am I? Wait, no, I don't know. But anyways, rather than taking him completely out of the US title scene, we're still going to give him a chance, still going to give him a shot at the US title. But he's going to have to beat, he's going to have to win 3 matches to get that right. So his first matchup is against Brendan, which in hindsight should be an easy match for him. I mean, Brendan's an up-and-comer rookie, but I guess you could say this is a big tournament for a guy like him. You know, he might have a chance to prove himself and have a chance to get himself up at the top of the ranks and take on MVP at the Great American Bash pay-per-view, which is coming up in 8 weeks' time. So that's what we're going to be doing next up, is the Great American Bash. So that'll be a while's time. But for now, we're going to start building up to that. As you see, Batista the Animal finally on our show. He's probably my favorite superstar of all time. You know, he was the guy that kind of got me into the whole wrestling thing, the wrestling phenomenon. Good old Batista. Him being the World Heavyweight Champion over on Smackdown on 05, 06 was just awesome stuff. And Cena, the other guy that kind of kept me interested during the 06, 07 period as the WWE Champion. And his rivalries against Edge and guys like that was really cool, but we'll stick it to GM mode. I'm not going to go ahead and talk about what got me into wrestling, whatever. That's for another video. I might actually do a video like that one day. I'm not too sure. I don't know if you guys want to see any kind of like personal videos and anything like that. I don't know. Maybe down the line. I'm certainly open to do something like that in the future. But anyways, John Cena versus Batista. I'm not going to really talk about the match too much, but I guess you guys obviously know that the winner of this match is going to get an upper hand in this feud at the early stages. Now, we know Batista, he's come over, he's had a lot of success from Raw already. And Cena, he's really kind of dominated our Smackdown show. He's beaten The Undertaker. He's been the champion since the first Smackdown of our show. He won the title in the first Smackdown. So the first Smackdown, we had Undertaker versus Cena. Undertaker was the champ and only had a 5-day title reign as Cena beat him. Now Cena's held the championship since, so he's had about an 8-week reign, or 7 weeks I guess. and he's looking good. He's looking real good. So I think he probably can hold the championship all the way to the Great American Bash. And Batista, if he earns a couple of quick victories, I think if he can get, I don't know, 2-3 victories in a row over the next couple of weeks over Cena, he might be in line for an early championship match. Otherwise, I'd probably say that he's going to have to kind of wait until the Great American Bash to get this shot. But I don't know, guys. What do you think? Should we do more title matches on SmackDown, or should we just kind of keep it to pay-per-views? I kind of like to do the odd title match, but not a World Championship match. I think World Championship matches should stay on pay-per-view. So I don't mind doing the odd US title or tag team title or even a Cruiserweight Championship match. But I think World Championship matches should kind of stick on pay-per-view, kind of make it more special. Because I don't like to have the world title being thrown around week in, week out, you know, different champions here and there. I don't like that. I mean, I would rather have another guy hold it for 2 or 3 months and then drop it to another guy and he holds it for 3 or 4, 5 months. And rather than kind of have it, you know, this guy gets it for 2 weeks, this guy gets it for 3, this guy gets it for 1 week, this guy gets it for a day kind of thing. I don't know. I don't like that at all. As Cena hits the FU, attitude adjustment, whatever you want to call it, Batista won't even let him get a count as he throws him right off. Yeah, so Batista kind of showing his dominance at the moment. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't like the whole transitional, you know, throw the title around kind of thing. I don't like that. So I want to kind of stick it to a long feud and have the feud culminate at a pay-per-view and have the payoff match as the championship matchup. And if the contender wins the title, I guess you could extend the feud or do a one-off match on the next Smackdown, I guess. But I don't know. I guess you could have the former champion work his way back up to earn that championship rematch. Like you said, like if the Undertaker had a won against John Cena, I think Cena should have to have 3 or 4 wins over other guys on the roster to kind of earn his way to get his championship rematch, rather than just, you know, straight away, okay, yep, you get the title rematch. Even though I guess you should have a rematch clause, and you're right, but I don't know. I think I'm just gonna kind of like do it as though you gotta freaking earn it. I'm not gonna give it to you just because you lost it. I'm gonna make you earn it, and that's kind of my philosophy behind it. So I don't know. I think kind of works better that way, in my opinion. So another thing that you guys have probably noticed, you know, we've got some more tag teams coming in. So we got the Hardy Boys and we have Crime Time, and a lot of you guys have been begging me to do the Brothers of Destruction. That certainly could happen. I mean, if we don't want to use the Undertaker in the main event scene, we can certainly team him up with Kane against the Hardys or against Crime Time or whatever we want. So that's certainly something we have in our back pocket that we can use later on. A lot of you guys have been requesting, bring the Brothers Destruction, have them feud against the Hardys. That'd be awesome. Yeah. It will be, but Undertaker's popularity is that high, it'd probably be a bit of a waste to kind of have him use that on the tag team division. I know, I guess you could say it might boost it up, but having one guy of high popularity and 3 other guys with mid to low popularity does nobody any favors. It kind of it might increase it by half a star, maybe. It'll still kind of get a 3.5 star match, whereas you have 2 guys that have popularity in 90s, you know, they get 4 star, 4.5, 5 star matches, and that'll boost the whole show up rather than just having one match slightly boosted up. So it really doesn't do anyone favors at the moment. So we can later on build the Hardy Boys up to the 90, 95 popularity zone, Kane as well, and then have the Undertaker can easily insert and slot into that Brothers of Destruction tag team, and that will really boost up the tag team and really put on 4.5, perhaps even a 5-star tag team matchup, and we'll still be right in the other areas because we won't, that match, by having the Undertaker in that match, it won't be wasted. And Cena and Batista going really well at the moment. Cena trying to keep his dominance here, trying to beat Batista and show who's boss here on SmackDown. And Batista's in a pretty bad way at the moment, holding his head. Batista blocking Cena's finisher there. And, you know, so as I was saying, like, you know, I think keeping it like that, you know, keeping the Undertaker in a singles competitor for now is the best way to go. And I think Kane as a singles competitor is also good because having him in the United States Championship scene is kind of really helping that. out a lot, in my opinion. I think the Kane and MVP feud was good. I think I'd like to see more of that from Kane, and would like to see him as the United States champion again one day. Whether or not that'll happen anytime soon, I don't know. As Cena tries to pin Batista again with no luck. He's going to try. He's going to hit it. Is he going to go for the attitude adjustment here? Cena looking to put Batista away. He successfully hits it. You'd have to say that'll be it now. Batista's body is in the red zone. Let's go. Cover. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Batista, unfortunately, loses his first match here on Smackdown. Probably not the warm welcome that he was hoping for, but John Cena, big win there here on Smackdown. And the champ is here, and he's, well, he ain't going to lay down to nobody. Another win for Cena, proving his dominance once again, and Batista's going to have to earn that championship matchup, that's for sure. And the next couple of weeks on SmackDown is going to be real good, guys, with this United States Championship tournament, so we're going to find out the results of those. So Cena was the winner there, so let's go check out other matches. So the 6-man tag team match, Shad and JTG and Elijah Burke got the win. Jeff Hardy continues and moves on to the next stage in the United States Championship tournament as Marcus Corvon bows out, unfortunately for him. And Kane is also the other guy to advance, beating Brendan. And I think CM Punk got the win over The Undertaker there. So let's check out the ratings for the show. So Raw got a 3.5-star rated show there, even though none of the matches did any good. Warrant that. ECW 3-star rated. We got a 3.5-star rated show, so not too bad there. And Cena and Batista 4-star, so that's good. So kind of the Corvon and Hardy match kind of let us down a little bit there, but that's not too bad, as we kind of need to re-sign Jeff Hardy as his contract is expiring, and we need to kind of build him up, kind of get him into the higher popularity zone, so we can kind of get the Hardy boys on the show as you guys have been requesting. We can do that, get Matt Hardy on the show, and we can do some more tag team feuds and get that kind of set up. So guys, that's going to do us for the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. More GM mode coming up real soon, Universe mode as well, and we're also going to be doing some payback prediction videos as I always do. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't.